It's going to be Tom to break off. Race to 5. 30 minutes on the match clock, as Tom has a very soft break that doesn't hardly pot anything. That is ridiculous break, by the way. That is an absolute explosion. 4 yellows and a red. So he's going to take the reds. So effectively, this is like a 12-ball break and finish should he get them. Fabulous shot early doors. Tom Cousins not in the mood to hang about. And this man showing everybody why he is the benchmark. But I just can't get over that break. That was absolutely ridiculous. Tony Holgate and Stephen Jameson with you on the commentary.
Yeah, I was just actually outside in the arena when that break happened, and the entire room looked around like someone had just brought a gun out. And it sounded like it as well.
It was.
There was giggles in the arena because everyone just heard it, watched it, saw the layout, and almost just like, what are you meant to do?
12-ball break and dish this is, by the way.
Oh.
But yeah, I was lucky. I got to see it twice. So I saw the replay of it, and it's just an absolute, well, an earthquake of a break.
It's pretty handy, this top cap player.
Yeah, he's not bad, is he?
First free finish. 1-0. I've been struggling to find a tip of choice recently, has Top Cat. He was telling me when we saw him yesterday that he had the European Championships in Malta where he represented Wales and really struggled out there. Had about 8 tips on through the week. So he's found one he likes now, just in time for the British Open. And now he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. There's a bit of a baptism of fire here for Andy West. Thrown into the lion's den.
So let's see what Andy West could do with his break. Wouldn't you know it? The look of disgust there from Andy West as he doesn't get a ball. And also his eyes will have been darting around looking at those reds that are screaming out to Tom Cousins saying, please pot me.
Yeah, and it's worth pointing out, I don't know if you've covered this quite yet, Tony, so apologies if you have, but this is a must-win match for Tom Cousins. He has actually lost in this tournament. He lost to Zach Cooper, the new Ultimate Pool Pro, who, having lost his first match 5-2 to Joe Nolte, has roared back with a 5-0 win over Andy West himself, a 5-0 win over Anthony Morris, and then a 5-3 win over Top Cat. So currently Zach Cooper is top of the group. He has played a game more though. He's won 3, lost 1, frame difference of 9, and Tom Cousins has won 2, lost 1, frame difference of 5. They both still have an extra game to play. But if Tom were to lose this, and obviously that's a pretty big if, but he would then go to 2-2, and Joe Nolte would have the opportunity to overtake him in the league table heading into the final round of matches. Of course, all if, buts and maybes, but just shows, mind your P's and Q's, you can't afford to lose many in this group stage. You've got to be sharp pretty much throughout. It also shows that Zach Cooper's here to play this weekend. It's a great win for him.
Tom's just going to play this plant now down the table. Screw the cue ball back a little bit. There you see he's got on the red that was near that left-hand middle.
I really like the way that he's played it, because he didn't want anything to do with those two yellows by the bottom right corner. So he deliberately played it in a way that brings that red out. The only thing you would say is I think it's now a slightly awkward ball. Only slightly. Doesn't connect super nicely because it doesn't go bottom right. It goes right centre. So is the plan here to get really close to the rail here and just screw back and play short position? Or do you come out and go left centre?
The thing is, it's where Tom has his plan for the black ball.
Yeah, all parts of it, of course, yeah.
So you think immediately he's going to play the one down the rail and bring the cue ball back for the red in the middle. Now I would say he's got 3 pockets available. Obviously the top right, bottom left, which is part of that red, and also the left middle. So looking at this now, you would be saying left middle. So I think he'll come around the back off the bottom cush.
Yeah, it's a lovely out this. That last shot where he's really pumped the red in down the rail to come out was really... Oh!
Hello.
My giddy ant. What have we just seen?
Well, they come around like Halley's Comet once every 70 odd years.
Oh, I can't believe I've just seen that.
Oh, mate.
I'm a little bit gobsmacked. He'd taken that out beautifully. Well, we saw one earlier, didn't we? Phil Harrison threw in, and it was something that he said in his interview, the worst shot he's ever played. Oh, it doesn't slide in. And Tom gets back to the table in this frame. Can he still win this frame?
Oh, I don't know if the angle's there. I'm not sure it is. I was going to say to try and get it into the middle. There's a couple of ways you can do that. You can come off the top cushion, clip it back. Well, that's a strange shot. Just my mate's pool team on a Tuesday night down the local pub. You know, I know, just smashed this. In fact, my nephew, James, he would play that shot. But I see what he's trying to do. He knew he was going to knock the yellow in, so he thought he'd try and come across a couple of cushions to see if he could get it into the middle.
I still just can't believe the 8 he missed.
No. What odds do you think that was?
Oh. Well, no bookmaker would have given you any.
Played that well, did Andy West?
Yeah, he's taken this out nicely so far, Andy. I've been generally sort of impressed with his sort of composure around the arena. But I mean, goodness me. That isn't the story of this frame. Oh, no, no. Oh, Andy. Oh.
There you see the Tom Cousins force field deployed in the arena. They can't beat him. They're not allowed to beat him. It's that mystical, sparkly thing that surrounds Tom Cousins' body when he's made a mistake. The supernatural comes in and stops his opponent getting over the line. That's incredible.
I mean,
Are you lost for words, Jamie?
I honestly do not know
What happened in that frame?
what to say. A little chat there with Cohen Bradford. But, I mean, what?
Yeah, it's weird. That's just a weird frame.
I mean, the 8 ball that Tom misses is astonishing. But, I mean, that from Andy is criminal. Oh, there was a bit extra in that break. I'm not surprised he lost the cue ball. That was... Yeah, there was some extra heat in that from Top Cat. He got his claws out.
We never really see much reaction from Tom, ever. You know, he could be like 5-0 up, 3-0 down, you know, to sat in that arena. No change in his face. But he looks cross. He looks really cross.
Yeah. And he does feel it. I think he's just got a very good poker face, because when you know, as I have done on multiple occasions, you know, and you speak to him after a match, you know, he'll sort of give you a little sort of glimpse behind the curtain, and actually under the surface sometimes he's absolutely boiling. And, you know, he is at his very heart just a proper competitor. And what happens when really competitive people start to lose, they don't tend to like it very much. So,
No.
you know, if it's going against him, you know, he is only human.
No, he's a winning juggernaut. He just keeps rolling on.
But yeah, I completely subscribe to what you said a moment ago about the Tom Cousins force field. Just feels like when you are at that level, things just happen for you.
Well, you have
when
to
you don't
earn that.
even need them. Yeah.
You have to earn that right.
I do agree. I know exactly what you mean.
Players will play the most ridiculous shots against Tom and one or two others as well, you know, that they wouldn't normally play because they're playing the player. They're playing the name, the brand.
The franchise.
The multi-conglomerate.
Top Cat Enterprises is 2-0 up right now. But Andy can change that here at this visit. I assume he can slide by this 8 ball. Oh, too much.
Not tonight, Josephine. He's going to have to put a bit of pace on this as well, because he's not only got to hit it, he's got to hit a cushion after contact or pot it.
Oh, I thought for a second he'd go very close, because if he flicked that 8 ball, I think it was going to go pretty close to the pocket. But the Tom Cousins force field is still up.
Couple of dodgy balls there. I wonder if Tom could just flick these two yellows apart and put the cue ball on the left-hand side cushion and snooker Andy West. Doesn't fancy that. However, he still put Andy in that same snooker. Got his ball off the rail.
Yeah, I like that. It's a great choice of shot.
Yeah, that's a sign that he knows the speed of this table, because you know, when you go out playing on the TV table and you play those, it's very easy to overrun that and leave your opponent a shot at the ball. As Andy West sends a cue ball into the pocket, and ball in hand now for Tom Cousins.
Yeah, it may still take a moment here, Tom, to just work this out, because the top of the table is pretty nasty. The middle of the table isn't ideal either.
I mean, he can choose his angle, so he could play the one up into the top corner, maybe play off these two yellows.
Yeah, and still hide the red.
Nope. I'm trying to guess where he's going, and I'm not doing a very good job.
Yeah, it looked to me like the shot that he's played, because he has hidden the red from the cue ball here. It looked like that was a great idea. If he just played then off the yellow, felt like a bit of a free go at developing it. But
See,
he must have another plan.
If I'd have had ball in hand when Tom did, I'd have put the cue ball around here and played this shot first.
Yeah. Yeah, this is obviously always plan A, because to be honest, I don't disagree with the route, because I actually think the two in just above the 8 ball were just a pain. They were awkward. So actually, in hindsight, now that he's sort of got the job done, I quite like the way he's gone about it.
A little bit straight on this yellow on the top rail though. Going to come downstairs for long yellow into bottom left. Going to have to trust the table with this one a bit.
Sure.
Well, he played it. I thought he was going to sort of roll that in and just try and hold on at yellow, but he's pumped it in.
I think he trusted it.
He trusted it, okay. Trusted his arm as well. I think he'll play the one he's closest to now. Just drop this in. Middle of the bag. Perfect. And this is going to be 3 to top cap. Tom Cousins moving further away from Andy West, with a little help from Andy, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I should say. Tom Cousins then 3-0 in front and 2 from home with 15 minutes to play.
Andy West now to break off frame number 4. Oh, just made a ball at the death there. He was looking at the table thinking he was going to go dry once again. But no, he did have a friend. Yellows look the best colour for me. And Andy takes yellow there into the middle. Luckily for him, he pushed that red far enough away so he could see the other yellow now into the corner. All the yellows go. The one that's stuck to the red above the black, that goes in the right hand middle. As does the one above that. The one below the black, that will pass into the bottom right. He's just going to have to play yellow into the centre pocket. Play this very softly. Leave the thin cut at the bottom of the table. Well, maybe this yellow beneath the black actually passes into the bottom left. If it does, that's even better news for Andy West.
quite achieve what he needed it to. Oh, good effort. Unlucky. So Tom Cousins can go 4-0 in front. It's a lovely pot, that, from Tom Cousins. Could play it with a degree of insurance because, you know, that yellow's not in a particularly nice position, but I'm not even sure such a thought enters the mind of someone as great as Tom Cousins at this point. Might to a mere mortal like you or I, but that was just so crisp and clean.
There's a certain calmness now around Tom. He was a bit angry earlier just after he missed that relatively simple black ball into the middle, but it's more of a serene walk around the table from Top Cap. He's just come through the turbulence. He's taken the seatbelt sign off and now he's just cruising towards his destination, which will be the next round and the knockout stage.
It certainly seems that way. He's not going to be in club unbeaten though, we touched on that earlier. But right now, he's going to continue to put the pressure on Joe Nolte in this group, who's the man who is poised to take over Tom Cousins' spot should he slip again.
There's one or two still unbeaten, but I wonder whoever lifts this title tomorrow night will be an unbeaten player.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible, because anyone who's going to go unbeaten in this group stage has to be very good.
Well, Chris Melley's lost one.
Yeah?
Tom's lost one. There's a good few of the big boys have lost a match.
I think it does just point to that depth that we talk about so often. Tom Cousins is 4-0 down, and you've got to feel for Andy a little bit here. He's been in this match, and he will have, I think, learnt some pretty tough lessons in it. Tom absolutely creams that break. I think he's been a little bit unlucky. Bottom of the table's a bit of a mess because he nails these. And yeah, just directly below the break line, it's not nice really, is it? There's 3 balls in a row. I wonder if the red goes. If it does, then reds aren't too bad. But the red on the right side of the table is a bit of a problem. Could definitely make a case for not going here, but Tom's going to. I'm very interested to see how he solves that ball on the right side now, because this felt like the most natural ball to do that. Here's the answer to the question of whether the red goes. And he could link it to his ball on the top rail, that's nice.
It's looking a bit ominous for Andy West.
pretty terrific shot. He's going to have to go again. The cue ball didn't quite come out, which was always a risk of developing that ball, and he will have known that. He also knows he's 4-0 up with 9 minutes left, and it's not exactly throwing your arm at it. He just needed to trust a little bit to luck. It's not quite come out. He still has a shot. It's a tough pot, mind.
But you have a little glance down to the clock as well. Now for Andy West to win this frame and also 4 more after it is a big ask.
Yeah, it was eminently missable, that. But he's poised to win it should he get back. If he gets back.
Well, if the yellow had stayed there, that wouldn't have been a bad shot. Or even if he got the cue ball to stay more onto the right-hand side of the table as well, but it's just come out enough where Tom can obviously pot the red at the top. Yes, position's a bit tricky. Do you want to play it very slow with right-hand side? Very hard shot to play. Or does he want to come off the 2 cushions?
There's your answer.
Oof. Well, I wasn't looking at him getting on it in the middle.
It'll do. The thing is, though, is on that line, good things happen. You know, you can be on it right, bottom right, you can be on it middle right. And if it keeps going, he's probably still got a shot middle left.
Having to dig deep here to keep that cue ball in play so he doesn't get stuck behind the yellow.
That's a lovely shot.
Brilliant shot. That is going to be that.
Oh, he's played some ridiculous stuff in this match, and not always in the positive sense, Tom Cousins. But the win is secured against Andy West, who is defeated by 5 frames to 0, and Tom Cousins goes back atop his group here in the British Open.